Hello, hello. Welcome. We're online. This is Dregn Durant of the Yasuhiro 0088, and if you've been a follower of the channel, you may notice that there's a few things that look a little different today. Well, aside from me being awake at this hour. Well, welcome. If you're out there, drop a mention. We got the chat log, crew log still available. I'll bring that up if we need it. But yeah, before we get into it, lots to go over today. So I have been preparing for this for a little while now, and I was teasing, I believe since around mid last week, that hey, we're going to do something a little different this Tuesday morning, which is right now. So welcome to the Dregnverse as we jump into, well, we'll get into it very shortly here. But before we do, one of the teases that I've been, what did I just say? One of the items that I've been teasing this past week is a bit of an interface update. I am talking to an artist about getting some artistic assets for the channel, and in order to prepare for both those assets when they become available, and also to prepare for Horizon Exploration, the sci-fi themed 5e based tabletop RPG that me and some friends of ours will be joining us in February to kick off and go on a bit of an adventure with. So my previous interface that I've been using for the past, well, ever since I started going live on air, so about we're getting close to 3 months now, actually. So, you know, it's been working well, and it's been serving its role, but some improvements must be made. And this is one of those things where once you sit down and start working on, I find myself noticing that it's getting a little brighter outside. So yeah, hopefully you all enjoy. Let me know what you think. But without further ado, let's take a look. You ready? All right, here we go. Here is my version point, I guess technically 0.4, fourth iteration. We're going to talk about some of the evolution of my interface here, but yeah, here we have it. What I'm coining my Horizon interface. Here we go. Bam. Oh yeah. I like it. I like it a lot. It came out quite well. Obviously, I am forgetting a little bit of a something here. Let me go ahead and get myself connected to the Discord, and haha, there you go. So no longer does it light up on the bottom left, but now on the top right with a little bit of something familiar if you've been following the channel in the background. So this, again, a bit of a transition interface as we get things set up for what's to come in the future, but much more modular. A few more panels have been set up, and I've also hopefully done a better job with just overall, right, how things flow. If I'm playing a game, which I don't have anything open at the moment. Hey, Vector Spaceman's in the chat. How you doing? Glad you can hang out. But yes, appreciate that. I think it is very slick myself. I'm actually so stoked about it. And I don't know how good of a job I do expressing that, but if we have a game running, I can pull that out. Obviously none is running at the moment, but looks like this chat window, on the other hand, is not loading your messages. Oh, there it is. Just took a minute to pop in. Hey, Mugendai? You're a name, unfortunately, I don't recognize, but glad to have you here. Yo, 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 little man Surge. Look at all you popping in. Yeah, you might notice it, but the chat also looks a little different from the interface. And for those of you swinging by for the first time, let's take a little short trip past memory lane, even though it's been a short 3 months since I first went live on air. But get my system on, and this. If you were on the Discord my Discord run by some friends called the Crushing Dreams server. This was the first interface that I was playing around with, as I didn't even have a model at this time. No, I was just using some very simple assets. Mugen Dai says, I am new, never had the opportunity to catch one of your streams because of time zones. Ah, you're part of the Maka fam. Very nice. I know that family very well. Well, if you haven't reached out to me yet, definitely do so. I'll try to find you after if I don't already have you followed. But yeah, welcome. But yes, this is the original concept that I was playing with when I first started broadcasting privately, as I was figuring everything out, how to get things on the screen, how am I going to do sizing. I'm very nitpicky about the clean interface, if you can't tell. Very nice. Yeah, in 3 months, I think I have 600 people I jumped onto, and it was like, you're doing some neat stuff. I want to keep tabs on you. So it has been a hell of a journey to discover what everyone's doing out there, and it's very exciting. And Vector Spaceman is another one. I know you're out there, but another individual that just really enjoying what you guys are doing. Glad to have you here. But yes, very first interface. I was even borrowing a image that was done by Byrotech to act as my little spaceman PNG filler at the moment. But now that I have myself on screen here, it's man, it's oddly nostalgic looking at this again. I still really like it, how it looks, but it was definitely something slapped together. And from here, this is when I started to work on my own layout, and maybe a little difficult to tell. I'm not sure if it's coming through very clear, but just overall shapes, you can maybe tell a little bit of similarity with how the current overlay looks and how this very first draft in Illustrator that I was mocking up. And after getting kind of an idea of what other comrades in the space, we'll call it, have been doing, I decided to try to stylize it a little bit myself, using some borders and shading and different layers, try to make it pop. I really like the whole interface HUD look, and that eventually evolved into kind of my version 2, as I'll call it, which really started to, what's the word? Modularize? I think there's a better word for that. But really start to take the components and make it movable in pieces, right? Which has now evolved into an interface such as what you see here as things pop in and out. So super happy with that. And if you have been able to watch my videos at all, this is what my interface looked like up until very recently, as in yesterday. So yeah, very similar still overall. I think the vibe is still there. There's a few elements that are, right, still calls back to the interface, right? We're growing it, we're evolving it, it's living, as we all are, and it will continue to grow as I progress in, or not progress, but continue in this adventure of mine. So yeah, I'm very excited for it. Now, with that though, there's a few topics to discuss today as we jump into, I guess, the beginnings of what a buddy of mine, fairly early on actually, had coined getting ready for the Dregnverse, and here we are. And speaking of the devil, little man Surge, who made a little note here a moment ago, is the one himself who coined the term, and I'm gonna take it as far as I can go. But the Dregnverse, what is it? How about we get into that? So, for those hopping on, again, my name is Dregn Durant. I am a ex-security operator, ex-security engineer who has had enough after what he's seen and is now the navigator of the Yasuhiro 0088. And obviously welcome to the Dregnverse, but the Dregnverse is very simply going to be a time and a space for me to imagine, share, and hopefully a journey to create with you all as we build upon a few ideas, a few stories, and hopefully tell a few of our own along the way, and maybe hear some from all of you out there. And we'll talk a little bit more about this as we get to why streaming and why VTubing. And this is something I've been thinking about, because frankly, folks in my close circle, I would say, IRL folks and such, I don't know how many of them are very familiar with the VTubing space. Everyone, I think, online is aware of streaming, right? Putting yourself out there, doing content. Maybe some folks that are just doing it because it's fun, right? Something new, learn some new skills, practice some new things, and while you're doing it, why not throw it out there, right? Kind of the best way to do it, in my opinion. But yeah, why streaming and why now? And why did I decide to go the VTubing route? So, coming from a fairly heavy business and security focused background, I've been on the internet enough. There are pros and cons, right, to the internet. So, with as things are in cyberspace, both from the good and the bad, and maybe even sometimes the ugly, I think after a good strong decade of working quite hard, I decided to take a bit of a break from the life of working in purely security, and decided to try something new. So streaming is something that always caught my attention, and I've had a few folks even surprisingly tell me after I said, hey, I'm gonna be doing this. They came up to me. It was like, man, I swear growing up I thought you would have been a streamer of some sort or done something video game related, and well, here I am. So yeah, taking a bit of a break from the busy life, learning and taking this time a bit to myself to get up to speed on what broadcasting is like, what streaming is like, what it's like to actually go back to a time when I could slow down and enjoy some of the games that I want to enjoy, right? I think we all have some nostalgia of games that we got to get lost in. And as time has gone on, for many of us, the time to enjoy those experiences start to slow down. So I obviously found myself needing to find a strong balance between the two. And it came to a point where I could no longer do the two things that I really wanted to, and a choice had to be made. So my choice was to take a break and decide to be busy for my own reasons. Yeah. So yeah, that is part of my motivations for streaming, is really to try out broadcasting and also do something a little artistic. There's a funny, I guess, to me funny story from back in my university days when I had a particular interview that I was looking forward to from somewhere within the video game industry, we'll call it that. And in the moment, I was very frustrated with the individual I was speaking to, because they kept going on and on about what's your passion with video games, why do you want to enter the video game industry, right? And it kept coming around to this, why were you passionate about it? And I think as time had gone on, I came to my own conclusions that I consumed the gaming industry. I did not contribute to it. And that is I think today, or my own opinion today, is a major factor into what drives a person's passions, right? So having lived that experience, I decided that this is a way to maybe try to lean a little bit in the more creative route and build something. Maybe work with some others out there, build a community, grow a community, learn of a community, and maybe share some ideas and stories of my own. So that is a very high level, at the moment at least, of why I decided to begin the streaming journey. Now then, why VTubing? This is maybe the odd one for some who know me outside of the virtual world. Uh, for one, I've always been a very big fan of the Eastern cultures, being mixed myself. You can all come to your own conclusions there. But it is something that I've enjoyed in different degrees over time. So obviously, right? You could imagine as you have more time on your hands, I definitely consumed quite a lot of cartoons, anime. Toonami was big, at least when I couldn't get it on a VHS from my grandparents when they occasionally would come over, and I would get it straight from the source. But right, anime was very big in my early life, and as I grew older, it kind of started to shift into just consuming personality. So it evolved to streamers, and the time spent watching became time spent playing. When it came to things like video games, I was very big into things like League of Legends, which, you know, it has that gamey anime style to it, I think. And so there's always been that overlap of the Venn diagram, right? And as time went on, I eventually came across what was it called? The VTuber rabbit hole. What was it called? There is a name for it. Hololive Hell, who knows? But I learned about VTubing, and I was like, this is absolutely incredible. Not only were people out there making their own, whether it be personas, playing avatars, in their own way they're acting, in another way it's their way to outreach to the world because maybe they are lacking in other spaces they wish to improve, right? But I think what really got me, and I've spent probably an unhealthy amount of time thinking about it, is is the simple fact that it reminds me a lot of the earlier days of cyberspace, when the individual created their own space and identity, right? For anyone out there who was around in the early days when things like MySpace or the baby years of the big blue book, he the one that shall not be named, but yeah, VTubing is a form of expression that I think captivated me in some way. And several years ago, I was introduced, or maybe introduced is the wrong word, but I was always curious about Dungeons and Dragons, having been introduced to it very, very minimally in the early years. And after a situation, we'll call it, I decided to go to a hobby shop and on a Wednesday and join a group, decided to play. And what captivated me about Dungeons and Dragons was the fact that it so strongly reminded me of when you were younger and you got so immersed in playing a role that, frankly, in hindsight, it seems impossible to me, but I know in hindsight, my memory says, no, you believe that shit. Right? So, no, Dungeons and Dragons and the imagination of it and the exploration of it. And really, that's kind of, I think, what VTubing reminds me of as well, which is why I decided to go headfirst into it. And since the end of September, basically started from scratch with really nothing to show for it. And here I am now, and what you see on the screen today. So I couldn't be happier. It's been a hell of a journey, and I look forward to the continuation of it. And coming back to then why stream and why VTubing, I hope that shed a little bit of light into some of those thoughts. But while I was preparing all of this, I was thinking about, man, what led to this, and what am I doing now, and what does the future hold? Well, obviously the future, I have no idea. But I thought of a few, I'm not going to call them quotes, we'll call them phrases. And I debated if I was going to make a list, but I know people aren't going to read, right? Come on now. So I decided to kind of think of it in three parts, right? We have the present, which is kind of my closing slogan at the moment, which is, you know, take it easy. Let's take it one step at a time, and we'll see what's around the corner. And the past, this is a bit of a silly phrase, but don't fall into the shuffle. I don't know if that's accurate from where I had pulled it out of my memory, but it was a quote, not a quote, it was a saying that I had put together, I believe, for a high school quote. That might reveal who I am to a few folks, but yeah, it was a bit of an odd one because it really made no sense at the time. And honestly, for most, it probably makes no sense anymore still, right? But I don't know. I think I was watching a show called Shuffle or something about Shuffle. I think it was a rom-com or something. It's been a long time. But what I do remember of it was there was a bit of chaos to it. It was back and forth. There was, I think, some relationship crap going on, and it was just very messy. I think there was a happy ending to the story and all, but I think at the time my thinking was, hey, you know, don't get caught up in it. Don't get tossed around. And I think a lot of people, unfortunately, fell into the shuffle, and I think in hindsight, maybe I did too, for what that's worth. So yeah, we're going to leave that behind. We're going to leave that behind. We're going to take it easy in this short period that I have where I can just take a break and focus on trying to figure out this streaming VTubing world. And for the future, there's now this I think is an actual quote by who I don't know, but perfection is the enemy of progress has grown on me over the years. And yeah, I mean, I don't really have a whole lot of artistic talent. Most of what I can do is very particular in its style, but we're going to keep trudging along forward, and hopefully what we discover is something fascinating. So yeah, that is why I have started streaming and why I chose to do VTubing. But if you have questions, or if you'd like something answered, definitely drop it in the chat. Keeping an eye on it. All right. With that, we're going to get into a few things about the Dregnverse. First of all, touch a bit about Yasuhiro 0088. What is it? Well, it's my vessel. It's my craft. It's my spaceship. It's my channel. It is where I broadcast from. It is the reality where Dregn Durant lives. That is all I will reveal at this point in time, as vague as that may be. But I do have what I'm jokingly put as the access point, which is my website, which does have a few timers and a bit of flavoring with how I introduce collaboration opportunities that I'm interested in, as well as the credits and thanks that I have to the artists who have done work with me. Really appreciate all of them. I hope to in some way immortalize their efforts in the site, and if I am able to grow the channel, hopefully I'll be able to do more with the site in the future. But that is what Yasuhiro 0088 is. It is at worst my spaceship, and at best much more. And the core. Now this has been teased if you've been following my socials, especially. I have been occasionally posting some very short clips of teasers and little projects as I practice and learn motion graphics, which is also something that I started about 3 months ago. So all the work that for what it's worth, and you know, the amateur dust aside, right? It's all very new to me still. And the core, now I struggled if this is the name that I'm going to go for, but we're going to go with it, is Command Operator Reactor Engine. And yes, I know reactor has an extra capital, and deal with it. Maybe it's relevant. But the core, the reactor engine, is something that will be revealed more during my tabletop RPG game. Surprisingly, or unsurprisingly, or confusingly, there is going to be overlap. Part of how I plan to reveal channel lore is actually going to be through the tabletop RPG game. Now, depending on certain events that happen, maybe some things will be revealed in sooner time. There might be some dots to connect between my site and the teasers that I've put out, but some of them, I don't know. We'll see. Come to your own conclusions. Let me know what you think. I love to hear about it. Or at least I love to entertain thinking about the speculation. I won't promise that I will confirm or deny anything. At least not until Horizon Exploration begins. But the core is what powers Yasuhiro 0088. Core is also a piece of technology that will exist within the Horizon Exploration universe, which is, again, the tabletop RPG game. And more about what a reactor engine is will come later. But the one on the Yasuhiro 0088 is a little special as I am. So more on that another time. And speaking of Horizon Exploration, if you haven't seen the trailer for it, it's parts of it are a little scuffed, but I'm overall very happy with how it came out. There is a link in the description, so definitely go check that out. A little bit of what's to come. And crew artwork. This is the crew. The crew is you, the community, and how you will interact within the Yasuhiro 0088. I am deep out in space, and there was a bit of damage that occurred not long ago. If you saw the trailer, you got to see a little sneak peek of some of that damage. But the crew is a name, an acronym that I struggled quite a bit on, actually. But I think I've settled on Command Reactor Enlisted Worker. I also like the idea Warden. Thank you. Little special shout out to Nova Swarm, who reminded me of the word Warden being an actual word that has a meaning that could be relevant here as well. And then there's a couple of reacted options that may or may not show up in the tabletop RPG. But if you have a fancy W word that you think would fit the crew, drop it somewhere. And yeah, the crew is not meant to be a one type fits all. The crew concept is a drone, a unit, a companion, a mascot, whatever you want to think of it as. I'd love to see eventually the crew evolve to have its own flavor. You can see on the top right, the arms do retract out. And if your imagination is as wild as mine, I do have plans for some emotes that involve the crew, more so than emotes that involve me. So I am very excited to finally have artwork for the crew, the concept, which I did tease actually a while back. But now you know what the crew is for and who the crew represents. And I look forward to what I have planned for the crew. And I hope you would all enjoy me, or not enjoy me, but I do hope you enjoy me. But I look forward to all of you who join me on this adventure. All right. Horizon Exploration itself. So again, this is the science fiction themed 5e used as the foundation, as a base, tabletop RPG. So it is homebrew, but it is also not a completely new set of rules. There's a couple of sets of rules if you're familiar with the D&D and homebrewing. there's a couple of rules that are going to be changed. But hey, Kilvin, how you doing, buddy? We're talking a little bit about the channel, talking a little bit about lore, talking a little bit about Horizon exploration, which well, let's not spoil anything just yet, but Horizon exploration and the Yasuhiro 00888 channel does have a bit of overlap. So yeah, definitely you're at work. I mean, I expect quite a few of you guys to be at work at the moment, so not a problem. But yes, Horizon exploration is slated to begin February 20th, so just about a month away, and we have 5 players already lined up. We'll be introducing those probably next month, before the 20th, and I would love to do a Dregnverse episode at least once a month. Maybe I'll do 2 a month depending on workload and projects, but the next one I would love to do is to go into a bit more about the world and lore of Horizon exploration, or at least the initial setting of Horizon exploration. And we actually have a few teasers here for you all. So Horizon exploration, right, is going to be set in a sci-fi dominant universe, expanse, whatever you want to think of it as. And there's going to be a series of planets. Much of the artwork, because for a D&D campaign, I cannot imagine the expenses that I would incur in a very short period of time if I got custom artwork done for everything. And as I mentioned, I am unfortunately artistically challenged. Maybe overlay stuff I can be okay at, but creating something beautiful from scratch is difficult for me. If you tuned in actually to the collaboration done at the Observatory Discord, hosted by Yasuhiro from Nova Swarm, you would have had a chance to see my beautiful stick figure artwork. But yeah, Aurora Green is one of the core planets that we'll be likely exploring in the upcoming RPG. And another planet, Sakara, is a couple of locations. So we have at minimum 5 planets that are being planned at the moment. I want to introduce at least a moon or 2 on several of those, and a couple extra planets for the starting sector. But yeah, introducing a couple of planets here, right? So Aurora Green, get your notepad out of here. We're not going to get into it that deep just yet. This is just a teaser for those interested in sci-fi, for those interested in a little bit of tabletop RPG. And I think there's a bit of a void when it comes to the RPG realm, or at least the broadcasts that I have seen of tabletop RPGs. There's a lot of fantasy out there, and there's a lot of cool ideas, but where's the space? We got to get some space out there. And there's plenty of us out there who have a fascination for the stars, I can tell you that. So yeah, Aurora Green is a planet that was once beautiful. It was very Earth-like, but now the planet is a vast, barren, not very barren, but a vast, decimated, war-ridden wasteland. And there has unfortunately been a bit of a radiation fallout across the planet, which has created a very strong, what's the word, luminescence to the already existing kind of aurora borealis that they have, which already had a bit of a green hue to it, but now with the radiation is very visible from the stars. Vector Spaceman coming in with true, you know it, I know you know it, and you know I know you know it. All right, but yes, Aurora Green, there's actually quite a few of our players have some ties to this planet. So Aurora Green was also briefly mentioned in the Horizon Exploration trailer. So yeah, did you spot it? But I'm very excited to introduce that location when we get there. And then Sakara is a very interesting developed world, or I should say recently developed, and in a very rapid way, as their primary, what they're known for, we'll say, is actually cloning. and they've made a lot of progress thanks to their expertise in said cloning. But yeah, Sakara is a very vast and beautiful planet as well. But there has, in time, definitely grown a subset of the population who is a bit more privileged due to the resources that they have. And Dawn, one of the... what's the word I'm looking for? Dawn is a very prevalent, is the word I'm looking for. Prevalent corporation that is headquartered on Sakara, who has essentially monopolized the cloning space and has a few very high priority clientele, we'll say. So Sakara is a planet that is thriving. Dawn is a corporation that's really bringing Sakara to new leaps and bounds, and they seem to have a very bright future. But where there's that level of success, there's usually not everyone gets a piece of that pie, we'll say, and one of our players may have a stake in that pie. So yes, Sakara is another world that I am very excited to eventually introduce, and the image itself, honestly, it's actually probably one of the earlier ones that I generated using AI generated artwork, and frankly I think it's pretty amazing. Really captures a vibe that I feel is appropriate for this planet. So yeah, expect more of that as we continue. Then factions. So if you're familiar with Dungeons and Dragons, then you're familiar with all things human, elves, dwarves, gnomes, beastkin, all sorts of stuff. That doesn't translate necessarily one-to-one when it goes to sci-fi. So what we've done instead, or what I'm planning to introduce to the players and to all of you, is different factions that reflavor and mix and match a few of the existing, what you are familiar with. So the Technician Collective, these are a faction that has been converted from your traditional dwarves, gnomes, halflings, maybe even anyone good with a hammer, good with a wrench. They are a very hardy group of people, very technologically advanced, but they don't have all of the sleek bells and whistles that some of the other factions within the Expanse have. So you can expect a very kind of dwarven, gnomish style backstory to the Technician Collective, but each technician within the collective does believe in something called, or believe is maybe the wrong word, but they do have very strong opinions towards their machines and ultimately the one that makes it all work, their machine god. So more on the Technician Collective will come with the introduction of Horizon Exploration, as one of the players is also a technician. So very excited to see how this grows. Then we also have a faction that combines your traditional D&D devils, demons, drow, dark elf equivalents. Basically your Dark Eldar in a D&D setting converted to sci-fi, for those familiar with Warhammer. So the New Demon Empire has adopted the name of New Demon Empire due to their exposure, I would say, to humans and the Elden Alliance, which I'll talk about very briefly. They're kind of the yin to the yang when it comes to the New Demon Empire and the Elden Alliance, the Elden Alliance are more, think of them as the Great Elven Alliance, right? Any highborn, anyone who may live centuries, generally comes from the Elden Alliance, who is kind of Eldar, elvish in nature. So the New Demon Empire, however, adopted the name Demon Empire due to the history that derives from the humans and maybe to some degree what the Eldens have records of. And the New Demon Empire are, I think, going to be interesting conceptually. We'll see how good of a job I do portraying them. They have a very particular demeanor of being very, very political, very professional, but also very ruthless and cutthroat. And yeah, there's more to discover with them, as there may be with, say, the Garlean Empire, if you're familiar with Final Fantasy. So yes, there's a good deal of intrigue, I hope, to grow with the new Demon Empire, but they are the second faction that I will introduce here for Horizon Exploration. Yeah. Next up, corporations. So we have here Akiyama. Now, corporations. Now, D&D, if you're familiar, is very is maybe debatable. Depends on who's running the game and the players and their motivations towards, say, deities, gods, patrons, and so on and so forth. But in the world of space and science, the gods are long forgotten, if not dead or never existed. Religion will be a very obvious minority in the expanse of this universe, and corporations will effectively take the place in the flavor of traditional D&D for the Horizon Exploration campaign. So Akiyama is a very diverse organization with very particular set of services. They are quite large within the starting sector. Actually, the sector that we will be beginning in the campaign in is actually the Akiyama sector. 07 is the sector number that I am playing with at the moment, but more on that to come when the game is ready to go in February. But Akiyama is a mixture, and many of these ideas, as a quick side note, actually comes collaboration with players. So part of building the world is, and part of me wanting to do this live streamed campaign, is to get some, friends together, some people that I've played D&D with online and really enjoyed their company, some of which who we've actually kept in touch over the past, what was it? 3 years? 6 years? I don't even remember now. But I think that says something. You meet someone halfway across the country, or in some cases maybe further, and for some reason you stay in touch and you keep hanging out with them. And I don't know, there's something to that. But yes, the world itself, I don't plan to build everything myself. As you can imagine, trying to tackle the great expanse and the great unknown as one individual is a very, very large pill to swallow, and honestly would probably be very difficult to do without a significant amount of pre-preparation, planning lore and the worlds. So no, what I have decided to do, and I think this is also one of the aspects of D&D that I really enjoy, is building lore with your players, right? Gets the players involved, gives you an idea of where their interests lie, and gives you a place to start, or at least a place to draw from within their backstory, but also gives you a way to, plant more breadcrumbs that they have a personal investment in because it's their backstory or ties to their backstory. So yeah, there's a lot of actual, player driven world building that is going to be happening within Horizon Exploration. And with those, initial plots of ideas, I am organizing them like a ginormous jigsaw puzzle to try to help make things feel alive. So we'll again see how I do when February comes. I actually have a couple of year-long games that have completed. One of them is getting closer and closer as we trudge along in these final few days to try and get the game closed out. Availability is always tricky online nowadays, but yeah, I do have a few games, so I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a new experience, a new adventure, a new world, a new expanse. So Akiyama here is going to be probably one of the core factions that we will be introduced to very early on, and also one of the players comes directly from this corporation, or at least the family that runs it. So we'll likely be hearing quite a bit about the Akiyama Corporation in this coming month after the game launches. And another organization, Omnibus. Omnibus is the modern day Amazon machine gone haywire on steroids. You need an item delivered, Omnibus will get it to you. If you don't get it when they say that you'll get it, you get it for free. Downside is they have a pretty good record at all things cost. So Omnibus is a fun organization that was created by one of the players, and I'm super stoked to introduce them. And there's a lot that can be done with Omnibus, so we can expect to see some silly moments from the players. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But Omnibus is another very fun corporation that I look forward to enacting and introducing. All right. With that, however, that's going to be the short little tease of the upcoming Horizon exploration. This is the Yasuhiro 0088 channel. And just very, very briefly, right, where are the primary sources? I, through my work experience, tried to set deadlines for myself, and I've come to a realization that trying to suddenly tackle 6 different platforms is difficult. So I have decided to focus on 3 places each. My primary places to find me, reach out to me, is going to be on YouTube. Here you are, right? Leave a comment, leave a like, do what needs to be done. And I look forward to engaging with you all. But YouTube is where the live streams will be held. I do keep the live streams up at the moment. They likely will stay that way for a good period of time. But you could always find some updates and some major plans on my site, Yasuhiro88ch.card.co, where again, major events I will be creating timers for, countdowns, and those are also located on the site. And if you're ever curious about where maybe a certain art asset that I've used, or at least one that I have commissioned has been commissioned from, I do have credits on my site as well. Just a small token of thanks for these individuals for working with me. All of them have been just an absolute fantastic experience. Couldn't be happier with the work that was created. And if you've been following me, you would have noticed that I use the assets in different ways, in several different ways. So it's been good fun. I'm enjoying it. I'm learning a lot when it comes to keyframes, animation, motion graphics, and yeah, I really enjoy it a lot. So hopefully I'll be able to improve my skills in the coming months and take on some bigger projects and get my polish together for those bigger projects. Horizon Exploration itself was like a 4-minute video, which was, frankly, in hindsight, too much. Too much. You can tell. I can tell. Well, maybe it's easier for me to tell because I made it, but there's definitely parts that I'm more satisfied than others, at least in the polish that was included. And then last but not least, Twitter is a place that I am currently quite active. Frankly, I spend more time on it than I get out of Twitter, which is it's fine. It has been an absolute blast on Twitter. As much as I detest social media, I actually had none of these social media sites until 3 months ago. Yeah, Reddit I lurked on, YouTube I lurked on, but I did nothing on any of these platforms, and half of them I didn't even have an account for. So, but what I do enjoy on Twitter is not all the political crap that's out there, but actually finding people, finding what others are doing, seeing the things people are creating. It's absolutely fascinating, and what's the word I'm looking for? There's another word I'm looking for, and it's slipping my mind. Inspirational to see what some of you all are creating out there. So keep doing what you're doing. I love seeing it. I love seeing how you guys are growing as well. And I hope to have more opportunities to find more people to collaborate with. I will admit that even in my more, well, outside of cyberspace, we'll say, I only have maybe about a dozen people that I can allocate care for. How else? I don't know how else to put it. There's a fine line between acquaintances and friends for me. We'll put it that way. And as much as it pains me, there's likely going to be a limited amount of brain space that I have left that can allocate to you all out there. So I hope to be able to what's the word? Not collaborate, interact with you all through the crew log, which is the chat, right? And hopefully we can have some good times with that. And if you are swinging by, I do openly invite any of my followers to hop on. So if you see me playing a game that's multiplayer and you happen to own it, maybe make a mention if you're looking to wearing your friendship bracelet, little man Serge. You know I love you, buddy. Little man Serge has been kind enough to jump on with us to play some Hunt Showdown, actually. So little man Serge is also a good IRL buddy of mine. But it's all good fun. And yeah, any game that I'm playing, as long as I can keep it up, right? I'm still a small creator at the moment. So if you're looking to jump into a game with some co-op, hit me up. I'm down. That's why I'm doing it. Right? I mean, as much as I enjoy talking to myself and sharing ideas, because heck, let's be real, I do it anyways. It just happens silently in my head. So now I'm just putting it out there now. But yeah, I part of doing this, aside from learning some new skills and trying some new things, is also to get out there and you're gonna be the guy, huh? Fry guy? What's going on, man? But what do I think about Microsoft buying Activision Blizzard? Oh boy. I have opinions about Activision Blizzard. No, this is perfect. Yeah, you got a question, hit me with it. I have no shame in sharing ideas. I think it's something that strangely people struggle with, which is a little bizarre to me. But bring it. Yeah, let's go. Here we go. This is what I want. We're gonna get it. And you know what? This is a good time. I got enough of you out here, so let me lean in a little bit here. We'll get serious. Put my serious gamer face on. But you know what? Fuck it. We're gonna. Where's my keyboard? Here we go. And huzzah! If you're here, there's my face. You got to see it first. Now the rigging, unfortunately, is a little funky with the capture. It's the first time doing it like this, so yeah. But Activision Blizzard, oh my god. So Microsoft buying Activision Blizzard, I think, is actually a good thing. They probably got Activision Blizzard for cheap because of all the shit that they are doing. Oh dang, when did you... Dude, this shit has been ready since day zero. When I started, the day I started live streaming was like a week, within a week of all of this being completed. And the funny thing is, I was like, hey, my character smiles all the fucking time because I smile all the fucking time. So let's just leave the helmet on when I'm playing games and it'll be fine. And the problem is, when I started doing that, I never took it off. So, hey, now that I got my new interface up here, we're gonna do it. But yeah, here we go. But yes, so back to some fun conversation here. I love it. But yeah, Microsoft, I think, makes smarter decisions, business decisions at least. And also, I think Microsoft actually still has respect for the brand, or at least what a brand means. Whereas Activision Blizzard, you know, things. Yeah, Halo, well, y'all, true. Well, I thought the folks that did Halo detached from them. I might be misremembering. But yeah, Activision Blizzard, honestly, Activision can go suck a big one. I have not touched an Activision game, nor an EA game, in at least 6 years. 2012, I believe, is when Titanfall 2 came out, which I think was my last EA game. And then Blizzard, I think I was done with Blizzard after Overwatch. Like I saw what was happening with Overwatch months before it started going downhill. It was so fucking obvious. They did Halo, but they owned the yeah. That's right. They separated, but they owned the brand. Yep. Yeah. So I think Microsoft is. I have more trust in Microsoft, ironically as that is, in owning a video game company, or I guess a technology company in general. Activision just cares about the bottom line and nothing past that. So Blizzard being consumed by Activision was, again, I saw it a mile away. I mean, I'm also the individual in my circle that I know of, or at least one of the few in my circle that I know of, that unless there's a game that I actually like legitimately have been waiting for and want to play, as long as the company doesn't do some stupid shit leading up to its launch, like get woke, go broke. Outside of that, I generally just wait until it goes on sale now. So, I mean, part of the problem that I always had with the games these days is that they just churn them out, or it's just a rehash of the same idea. Like the originality, the creation side of it is tapered off quite a bit, at least. But that maybe, I don't know, maybe that's just because I'm getting older, who knows. But yeah. But then again, there's a few games that come out over the years, like Journey did something completely different. A lot of people love that, right? If I had planned for this question, I could probably think of a few other games that come to mind, but I don't know. I personally have been enjoying kind of more off mainstream niche games these days, and by ignoring some of the mainstream stuff that they just churn out, year after year, or I guess in some cases the way monetization goes nowadays, right? If I see heavy monetization or like loot boxes, I mean, I'll make an exception, like to one company a year, but I am not a Sony guy. No. Should play The Last of Us. I would love to play The Last of Us, but now that I've seen what they did with Last of Us 2, I don't really care to touch it anymore. See, so that's the problem, right? Like, even though there's good games, the company just like shits on their own brand in turn by shitting on their fan base. I don't know. I know there's mixed feelings about it, and mine's only one piece of that puzzle, but yeah, Last of Us always looked fascinating, but I do have plenty of games, right? And I get sidetracked very easily, but yeah, plenty of games to play. There's always the joke, right? It's like, oh, you have so many games, you don't know what to play. Well, how about you pick one and slow down and play the game that you want to play? Or it turns out you don't actually want to play it, or you didn't care about it that much. You just like spending money, right? That's the thing. I really believe it was given a bad opinion before the launch. Second one, however, it's very good. So funny enough, I watched, shit, who did I watch? PewDiePie. I watched PewDiePie's playthrough, which is funny that I did, because I don't watch game playthroughs. Like, I watch gameplay. I don't watch playthroughs, though. But I don't know. For some reason, I was curious enough about the game. And at the time, I was watching him, and he just happened to be streaming it. And I just happened to see the video uploads after the fact. But yeah, the game itself, the gameplay looked all right. The storytelling, I think, had ups and downs. I think the character development suffered, but it's hard to tell how much of it was done intentionally and how much of it was not. I forget what that forgettable, intolerable woman's name that has like a oddly positive reputation in the industry, but tends to fuck everything over. Forget her name, but she was like involved with it and was giving the creative director like tips or something, which allegedly affected the script. I have no idea, but frankly, if it generates that much drama, I mean, I don't know. I'd rather try to find a game that fascinates me. So games like Horizon exploration, or actually, I was talking about this like a week or two ago. Like, I'm finding as I kind of take a moment, it's like, what games do I really enjoy playing? Turns out I really enjoy playing games that have some element of like self agency or self like building something for your crew within the game or your persona within the game. So RPGs I do heavily lean towards. Any sort of like sandbox or free roam or like action RPGs, so Fallouts. I do like Advance Wars, but that's also because I like strategy games as well, right? So that's part of like a separate Venn diagram or an overlapping diagram. But yeah, so strategy games I enjoy, right? Which is kind of why I started playing. Where'd you hat go? I don't know what hat you're talking about. I never had a hat, buddy. But if you're talking about my helmet, I took it off. But yeah, no, yeah, so it's interesting too, because I know my attention span when I was younger was able to stay tuned to things like JRPGs. And nowadays, if I try to play a JRPG, it's like I don't have the attention span to grind through that game anymore. That is something that I think has been lost. But the trade-off is that I now do D&D, which lets me build my own JRPG in a way. So for me, that's a win. I don't know. I think it's fucking amazing. But let me see. Did I have anything else? Oh yeah. You know what? This is the Patreon. We don't need to talk about that. Yeah. Let me just get back to the main screen here. Yeah. And you know what? Since we're doing it, interesting that button I had flagged to mute my BGM. I'll have to fix that later. But oh yeah, here we go. All right. So yeah, what were we talking about? Yeah, like strategy games, right? So Age of Empires 4 actually. I still want to play it. The problem is playing against players is stressful, and that's like a 20-minute minimum game unless you get to like a high level gameplay. But yeah, strategy games are good. Adventure games are good. RPGs are fantastic. Really like RPGs. Especially the... Not so much the turn-based RPGs, but like the real-time stuff, right? So like the Fallout, God, what else? I guess like the Valheims are kind of like RPGs, right? What else am I playing these days? I don't know. I really do like shooting games too, right? So Hunt Showdown, that I'm absolutely hooked on Hunt Showdown right now. And I don't know why I keep smiling so much. Yep. Your reaction's a bit slow. Still need to tweak it. Again, first time, ad hoc, kind of just decided to take it off. But yeah, here's my face. But yeah, I don't know. You working too, bud? Yeah, it's actually, I don't know if, I think it's the first time I've seen you hopping on, Fry Guy. Yeah. So, this is, again, the new interface. But let's see here. Let's put something on, because I do want to show also a bit of the gaming side to the interface, which I don't remember if I showed already or not, but there is more to the interface that I've done. So let's see here. Let me get back to the screen, right? Yeah, so we'll do a bit of a quick little interface show off here with everything that's changed. So I quickly can remove everything. My little icon on the top left next to my name, the channel name, lights up whenever I speak. So in those cases, right, where I'm down here and maybe I have my helmet on, right, you at least know, or at least have a bit of an idea if you can't hear me when when I'm trying to talk, right? Listen to me. Here's another nice little trick, is that if I need to just quickly take the helmet off, it actually slides up. Look at that. Oh boy. Yeah. This was actually done by the fantastic Makanyan for the artwork, and then Rai Manjiro, both of them working under Artemis commissions. But yeah, no, they did a very nice job. I'm overall very happy with how this came out. Let me take that back off. Yeah, we got a few expressions here, so you know, if you guys are misbehaving, I could always pull you up and be like, what the hell are these guys fucking doing? So give me my spinach. I don't know what I'm doing. It's just funny. Oh, wigging out. But yeah, I could always bring up the interface as you saw earlier, right? And I got my background. This is a PowerPoint, but not a PowerPoint. So bite me, deal with it. And if need be, I could always still. Well, maybe that one's a bit more useful when you can still hear me, but I have now a quick way to get to a Be Right Back screen. So you'll probably see that at some point eventually. Chat could always disappear, so if you're misbehaving, right, I have a way to get you out of my face. We always have the option to bring the full screen, and with the game running in the background, here's the fun part. Here's what's new. Bam! We got a horizontal chat log. Small thing, I know, but I'm stoked. It actually took me a surprisingly long time to get that sorted out. And we have a now playing logo here, so if I'm playing a game and I'm in the middle of it, you guys know what's up. And in the case where I need to bring myself up, right, elements still kind of move about. And I could always bring the chat back up, so if we need to talk, guys better behave. Yeah, I'm stoked. It took a little while to get everything figured out the way I wanted it to. It is a hotkey nightmare. Maybe one of these days I'll pull up my hotkeys and you guys can see how I have this setup done. But yeah, right? We still got full screen, so full screen mode is still here. You can still text me. Yes, I am not saying goodbye to those who I've crossed paths with. Yeah, dude. No, sound like you're doing well. I'm glad. But yeah, bring up the game, and game audio is coming through a little bit on the loud side for me. We're gonna turn that down in game, actually. Oh, so your Fry guy here saying that if he can still text me if I make the chat disappear. Well, don't be tooting your personal privileges too much here, buddy. But for those of you out there, this is actually something I did not include on my little page of, what was it? My links. There is a Discord. The Discord is hosted by Crushing Dreams, which was a kind of a group of friends and gamers that decided to create the channel. And when I made the decision to go on this little VTubing adventure, they said, hey, you're the captain now, or at least I said I'm the captain now. But it's actually quite interesting. And you know what? Maybe let's do that real quick. Let me pull it up and show you guys real quick what the Discord is up to, because it's still maybe a little bit of a work in progress, but I'm quite happy with how it came out. So this would probably work better if I had planned for it, and it would probably also work better if I had, let me see if I remember my other account so I can show you what it looks like from your perspective rather than my admin ass, which can't bypass anything or bypasses everything, so I can't hide anything. Let's see, I'm logged in twice now. Log out. And oh gosh, what did I even use? All right, we're gonna make a quick little attempt here. If it doesn't work, perhaps I'll save it next time. Let's see, what does this? Oh, I know what's wrong. But yes, the Discord is something that I am personally quite proud of what I have accomplished here. And I hope to find ways to improve on it. Discord, please don't be difficult like this. You're giving me the beep boop, but you're giving me also the finger at the same time. So, all right, unfortunately, that is not going to work out at the moment. But what I can do is, I could, yeah, don't tell anybody, okay? Don't tell anybody. All right, hopefully I don't share anything I shouldn't, but what do I care? It's only Discord. Nice showing off. Hey man, I gotta humble brag where I can. Gotta take those small victories because no one else is gonna give it to me. All right, there we have it. So if my screen does not lie to me, you guys should be seeing the beautiful Tarkov channel. But yeah, so the Crushing Dreams Discord is quite nifty because we have, where is it? Getting started. So at the moment, it is only my channel. It's up, perfect, thank you. But we have here, right, a little introduction by the core, which is powered in the Discord at least by Dino, Dino. And Crushing Dreams exists on the server, right? So gamers and friends are still able to join, but within the Crushing Dreams servers, there is now a bit of modular design with my history in security and least privilege for those who are familiar with what that means. I have made it so that using the roles and categories and channels that Discord allows for, a sub community within the Crushing Dreams community. So yeah, it was a massive pain in my rear to initially plan out and figure out. It still does need a few tweaks, but it's right now it's just me, so you know there's no hurry, right? But if anyone is in the streaming space who's looking for a place to call home and would like to crush some dreams, then shoot me a DM. But within the Crushing Dreams community, right, we have a way for new users to choose through reaction emotes which community to start in, right? Most individuals, I imagine, will be going for Crushing Dreams, but if you're going specifically for a VTuber or a streamer who uses Crushing Dreams as their home of operations, this list will hopefully one day expand. And within, once you join that said community, right, everything is controlled through channel categories. So if you join Crushing Dreams, you get access to the Crushing Dreams channels. And here we have our general chat and memes and other things. We got voice channels, right? All that goodness that you'd find in any Discord. And if you were to join the Yasuhiro 0088 community, nice try. I see you. You don't need to be like that. Kilvin in the chat being cute, jumping into the Discord. All right. You're on the video now. Oh my God, the identity has been revealed. Yes, ham and cheese. What's going on? Oh, you too? All of you guys. What are you doing? Don't you have work to do? You know, I wanted to get back into Tarkov, but I've seen some news about Tarkov recently that has made me question the direction of Tarkov. And I am on the Hunt fever right now, so we're going to be jumping into Hunt Showdown more this week. Actually, tonight, right? We're going to be playing it tonight. But yeah, no, Hunt Showdown is enough FPS and a hardcore one at that for me at the moment. Working from home absolutely has its perks, dude. I cannot go back. A Russian backdoor and a crypto mining agent. Guys, come on. I'm trying to introduce the Crushing Dreams Discord here. And heck, what are you distracting me for? You're the admin on here too. Crushing, or fucking ham and cheese. But yes, so Crushing Dreams is the core community, and the VTubing streamer communities can then be added. And if you join the Yasuhiro 0088 community as the, join the crew. If you've seen my recent social posts, you may have seen my join the crew little clip, but that will give you access to the crew channel, the crew category. And the crew category, there's a few Patreon granted locations and roles. So easily distracted. I know. Man, I have a terrible memory and I'm easily distracted. I mean, what the heck am I? I should have given myself dog ears. At least the community probably welcome me faster. No, it's all good fun. But yes, so as a viewer, you won't have access to all of these channels. Some of these are exclusively granted through Patreon. And I have three categories. We have the crew network for the crew members. This is just whoever's a paid supporter gets their own space to joke around and a place for me to pay attention to specifically. Then we have the supporter protocol, which is for tier 2 supporters. And the supporter tier is really for supporting others through the channel, right? So one of my goals is to work with as many and, well, really as many artists and creators and musicians as I can, because I have a limited set of talents, and those talents, I think, only have aptitude in things like composition. So the actual drawing and the composing of music is something I'm going to have to outsource. We'll think of it that way. So the supporter protocol is really where I'm going to go to look for ways to find new creators, how to support them. We got one Patreon supporter online, it looks like. Crew network, at the moment, there's only one supporter, so I interact with them on a more personal basis at the moment. And then, yeah, the benefactor restricted is for the tier 3 restricted individuals, which I probably shouldn't be showing you what's in there now that I think about it. Oh, and you know what? Vector Spaceman, if you're still out there, I gave you a little shout out in the Discord and really enjoyed your singing, buddy. You should do more of it. And speaking of Vector Spaceman, I also happened to catch your recent Rocket League video, and you mentioned Fall Guy? Yeah, I'm down for it. Let me know. Let me know. But yeah, let's see here. Where's that? Yeah, here's the video. Oh, the one on my Twitter actually has music on it. This one must be the older one. But yes, the joining of the crew membership through joining of Yasuhiro community here. Hey, thanks. Nice. Yeah, no problem. Anytime. I enjoy it, dude. Speaking about poor memory from the Fry Guy. Oh, wait. One more. I'd tell you about the person I ran into yesterday from high school, but you won't remember them. I'd tell you... I'd tell you to try me, but I also know there's like a good chance, probably in the majority, that you're correct. So yeah, don't embarrass me on stream, dude. Come on. Hey, he's still here. Yep. No, Vector Spaceman is a bro, and actually I am absolutely impressed in your ability to actually remember details about people. I don't know if you just have a good memory or if it's just you do your research, and if that's the case, bravo. Or if it's just me and it's something completely normal and I'm just terrible. But the fact that you see my name, all my social usernames is Yasuhiro00 or Yasuhiro.18 channel. But Vector Spaceman here has been amazing. He actually recognizes that name. It's like, hey, that's Dregn. So I appreciate you for it, buddy. Hey, don't give me the shrug, dude. Get out of here. You're trolling me, dude. What are you doing? You just walk in here and you're just gonna keep poking at me? It's cool. Yeah, so the Discord. Back to the Discord. I'm getting distracted again. But also, right, aside from joining the community, we also have various community settings, which is handled by the community operator. So we have a few gaming categories, right, that if you're a member of the Crushing Dreams server, that you might have access to. This is really just used for games that people are being active for, and we're feeding some server hooks of... I love this meme so much, if you guys haven't seen it. It's so good. It also has a Final Fantasy meme. It's been used in a Final Fantasy meme. But yes, so we have gaming channels, we have archive channels, we also have the live viewer channel. And this is actually something I am excited for when hopefully we get some more names on this list. But the on-air live category. So this is the category for streamers, for any collaboration events where I may be hosting it on the Crushing Dreams Discord. So we got a place to join. We got a waiting room, which as you saw, a couple other members from the Discord hop in and say hello. But we also have as a viewer, right? So if you join that viewer role, you also have the ability to, one, hide the category. So you can just follow the community that you're interested in, see what they're up to, and remove the extra categories, right? So keeps your list, keeps your navigation clean. But also, right, this is also a place to see, hey, this is where I'm live, and this list will, in time, hopefully grow. So yeah, working on a very modular Discord design. Discord, hit me up. There's some shortcomings in your official capabilities. So the official dragon emoji. No, my official emoji is actually going to be the globe with meridians or whatever the hell it's called. You see, open your eyes. I guess I'm the one that needs to open my eyes. My eyes close whenever I laugh. But yeah, so this is the Discord. Hope you guys enjoyed that little walkthrough. Completely scuffed and unplanned. But yeah. Man, I should have been streaming at 10 a.m. more frequently. You guys got nothing better to do at work, huh? Close enough, close enough. I'll let you live. All right. Let me get this capture out of here. And yeah, what was I talking about before? Distractions. But if we now head back to the gaming view, right? Oh God, I love it. Oh, it's so much better. I'm sorry. I'm excited over my own. Get the fuck out of here with 8 12-hour streams. I had enough of that when I was working. I'm not doing that here. Not doing that here. No. This stream is my fucking safe place for what that's worth. But yeah. Oh man. Just the ability to switch back and forth just like this. You guys might think you were talking about fucking gaming. When? What are you talking about? I don't even know what you're talking about anymore. What are you saying, Fry Guy? I'm not. I can't game for 8 to 12 hours, guys. I could barely do it for like 3 hours. It's not work when it's fun. True. Yeah, maybe if I'm on here at 10 a.m. and you guys keep me company until 6 p.m., maybe that could work. But unfortunately, we're not there just yet. I need to fix my smile. Oh my God. What are you doing, face? Wow. It happens naturally. True. It's kind of like when I stay up at night working on this overlay because... yeah, if you can't tell, this is my excited voice. God, look at how much better it looks too. I don't know. I'm stoked. Playing this game, Microsoft, Activision Blizzard, your Discord. Why are you don't work for Microsoft, Activision, or Blizzard as far as I'm aware, buddy. How much are they paying you? This troll. All right, let's get into a game. Let's see if I can get myself spanked a little bit. Random BS. I mean, you don't have to add random BS, buddy. But yeah, overall, right? This was episode 1 of the Dregnverse, season 0. Really just wanted to kind of introduce what the space was going to be used for, what I plan to use for this time slot, and hopefully, you know, if there's activity, maybe I'll play a game. And until I get hungry, probably is when I will stop. But yeah, lots of plans this coming, well, not even this coming year. It's already the new year, isn't it? But yeah, between the growth of the channel and the interface and every new little thing that will slowly be continually added to improve the stream and the experience, and hopefully you all enjoy the little knickknacks that have been scattered about. But yeah, I'm very happy with how this iteration came out, and I believe it should be very helpful now for my artist to get a good idea of what we're trying to do here. So yeah, I'm excited for it. There's a lot that I could do with this. Sorry, I can't help but play with it. It's so good. It's also so good for me because, again, it's done with very simple artwork, but the hotkey technical mess was lengthy to get it all working and working properly. Surprisingly, this is all done with 2 modifier keys and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4 overlay buttons, 3 control buttons, and 2 modifier keys. So not too shabby, not too shabby. Very happy with it. Yeah, this game that I'm in here, now that I have it now playing, I don't have to actually remind myself or anyone else what I'm playing. Outward, a game that one of the Discord bros had actually started playing pretty heavily recently and went through some new expansions with it. I got surprise destroyed by a bird that I didn't remember was as strong as it was. And fortunately, I apparently messed up accepting one of the beginner missions and did not actually accept it when I left town. So yeah, fortunately, I didn't lose any major progress that isn't recoverable. So we're going to continue. And honestly, I have been fighting back all morning the urge to just say, you know what? We're not playing Outward today. We're actually going to cancel Outward, and we're just going to go play more Hunt Showdown because it's even ready to go. But I might do that. I might actually like take a break, go bio and top off on some coffee a little bit, and then just be like, you know what? I do want to play Hunt Showdown. I got the itch so bad right now. And I'm not even doing that great in it too. It's just, I don't know. I'm having a good time in it. Yes. Outward, on the other hand, I created a new character to try to showcase a little bit for some for some buddies who recently picked up the game as well. And in my last episode, we touched on kind of how to make money early on and a few things around the tutorial area to pick up, a few things around the town to pick up, and how you can quickly and relatively safely, I mean, yes, I died, but that was way after the fact, so it doesn't count. But how you can pay off your initial debt to not get kicked out of your home at the beginning of the game. So, oh, it's actually almost nighttime. I should probably just go to sleep. Yes, but Outward is I would call it a survival adventure. Jesus Christ, words. Survival adventure RPG? I don't know. It's a bit more leaning towards the hardcore on the survival side of things. But the gameplay, I think, has been compared to be somewhat Dark Souls-like in the mechanics. It is a small indie-made game, however, so there is a bit of clunkiness that you could expect from just simply the best indie games has to offer. But I don't know, there's something I particularly enjoy about the unforgiving nature of certain games. It's probably like part of the reason why like roguelikes I enjoy a lot. Games that have some form of like inventory management I enjoy a lot. Like base building games to some degree I enjoy, if it wasn't for the fact that base building games typically take hours, if not days, just to make the same amount of progress over and over and over with every new game. Whereas at least with, you know, like open world sandbox like inventory management games, you at least have some, you know, kind of variety in how you go about your character, right? And in Outward, right? There is a pretty heavy limitation on like bag size early on via a weight mechanic that they have. So right now I only have like this little satchel. I don't even have proper armor. You can see I'm wearing this red dress that I found somewhere. I think I stole it from the owner of the village. But yeah, I really need some armor because I got pecked in the rear. If you're interested in seeing how that went down, yeah, go check out my Outward video because there's only one at the moment.
Greetings, friend.
But ideally, this guy would be selling some master trader gear, which he currently is not. Trader gear is useful. So trader garbs are useful because it gives you cold weather defense, which is useful in the starting map, the starting region. And it also gives you pouch bonus, which early on, your first backpack doesn't have a lot of weight. Your pockets only hold 10 unless you get armor that has a pouch bonus to it. So I don't even have the money to buy this right now. So frankly, I can't even do anything about that. However, look at that. Oh, not trying to punch the plant. These plants around the town, I love collecting because they make me rich. And the reason being is that you can buy one of the materials needed to craft a better item for less than it costs to sell it back to them. So that is what we're going to capitalize on. We're also going to come over here, drink some water because it's clean at the moment. So may as well take advantage of it while it's clean. Hint, hint. Also, there should be some fishies. Yeah. Fish, frankly, I don't collect very often, but I do early on in the game because you can make a couple of recipes using fish, and the game gives you the recipe very early on. And if you do manage to craft said recipe, you get, I think, 3 stacks that sells for 4 each. And that, at least in this game, and early on when you don't really have Jack, is very good. So, gather the fish, raw salmon. Now, raw rainbow fish or rainbow trout, I think, was the good one that you need. So, fortunately, it doesn't look like luck is on my side at the moment. Nope. Yeah, I only got 3. Too bad. However, there should be, right? That crab eye plant, there should be one more in the back of this set of buildings, which is the one right next to the entryway. No, I am wrong. Close to the entryway. Yeah, there's the wagon, right? With the dude that sells stuff. Right behind that. There's one more here. Looks like I already collected it, though. I'm missing one. I know I only collected 2. Or is my memory so bad that I have already forgotten? Right? Because this one I gathered. There's one more over here. That's why I ran over here. That one. Did I already loot it? Oh my god, I'm losing my mind. I did loot it already? Oh, jeez. Alright, you know what? You know what? We're playing games. Let's get that helmet back on just so I don't suffocate from my own... Can't let the brain leak out of my ears right now.
Greetings, friend.
Alright. Your character is straight out of Disney. I don't know. Kind of feeling like Cinderella at the moment. Man. Cierzo Ceviche has entered the chat. Very nice. But yeah, this is what I was hoping to catch so I can craft this recipe, which sells for, maybe it was more than 4. It might have been like even as high as like 9 each. But since I don't have that, ooh, there's a fish recipe I'm missing. What was it? It was 2 fish, salt, and water? Oh, if I make a mistake, it becomes garbage. I don't need to waste it. I'll just sell it back. I don't need that tea. Oh, I can make rations, though. So rations are actually decent because... What in the world? The sun is over here. Oh, it is the light acting up weird. That's a first.
Greetings,
but yeah,
friend.
let's see here. The fish sells for, yeah, so the fish sells for 1. The salt you cannot sell, and rations sell for 2. And if I make, basically I'm doubling my my cost here, or not my cost, my profit here. So I lose 2, right? 2 fish. I get 6. 2 times 3. I made 4 profit. That's how it's done. And then this item don't need, or I do need, sorry. Now the grilled crab eye seeds, right? This is what I was talking about last time I played Outward, which is you craft these grilled crab eye seeds, and then you go to your crafting. I don't have any lead cloth apparently. So what we can do when we're out of cloth is actually just check the merchants.
What can I do for you? All
in
right.
town. Scroll to the bottom, and usually 2 of them. Maybe the blacksmith wasn't the one.
Hey there!
But 2 of them should be carrying some cloth for me. Oh no, did I buy them all already? Is it not reset? Come on, game, I'm trying to teach people.
Is there something you need?
There we go. So this guy is 5, right? I get 5 cloth, confirm, and then I craft poison rags, right? So the crab eye seeds I got for free. The cloth I bought 1 each. I got 5 of them, so I spent 5 to get it. And now I could sell these cloth back to him for 4. So I just made 20 where I spent 5, right? So yeah, that's how you make money in this game. At least early on when you don't really have anything better to make it on. Let's see here. Oh, you know what? I could tear these boots apart to make some more cloth. Poison resistance. I'm not going to need that at the moment. What is taking up so much weight? Let's move that to my pockets. Is that why? Oh, that might be why. All right. So let's... Oop. Nope, nope. All right. Well, we're going to sell this first. I need to figure out what to do with weight. All right. Let's first of all scrap the boots. Make 1 more set of rags. We'll get rid of some of the carrying weight here by dropping coins into the pouch, because coins do weigh quite a bit. And what else? Oh, maybe it's a salt? No? Damn, what is weighing so much? 5, 3, 2. I don't need that bedroll. That's part of the problem. Salt is weighing quite a bit, though.
Is there something you need?
All right. I'm gonna have to make some decisions here. Oh, wait, what the heck? Where did all that... I'm so confused. Did I not see this be a higher number earlier? Maybe it was before I sold stuff. Alright. Well, if that's the case, we now need to equip our funky hat that doesn't go with our armor. And equipping the pole arm gives us enough, takes the weight out of our pockets. All right, so now that we've sold some goods, made a little bit of money.
Greetings, friend.
Sell this one last item here. We are ready to depart. Now the goal right now is they want us to go to one of the starting regions, or one of the following regions after the starting location, right? So Outward doesn't have a very useful interface. And when I say not very useful, I mean by design not very useful. Not unusable because they did a shit job with it. I think. But you'll see when I get loaded in here that currently Chersonice, I think is roughly how you pronounce it, is currently, nice and pretty out. Daytime, grass is green, skies are blue, birds are chirping, bees are making honey somewhere. And the map, pick up the backpack. The map is just the map with key locations. There is a cardinal direction at the top left here, but otherwise it just tells you, hey, what's the temperature, what's the time, what day are you on, right? Few key locations, minor locations are not marked, and there's only a compass, right? So you have to effectively kind of be aware of your position on the map as well. Oh my god, I'm getting destroyed by these birds, dude. What is happening? It's because I'm getting hit for free. So taking off your backpack is much, much better. Okay, someone else. You're going to run. You're going to be a little dick, slap me around a bit, and then just run away. Great. Alright, well. So outward is also interesting because your backpack, as much as it is also nice carrying capacity, it actually slows you down. And there's a few exceptions to that, right? There's a bunch of different gear types and weapons and armors and backpacks and lanterns and all sorts of stuff. But in short, most backpacks, you can roll better, you can dodge better, you can move about better when you're not slugging it around. Oh, I really want to take those to sell, but don't need to. We will, however, be taking these cheap and free lightweight money generators. I don't know why they call them crab eye seeds. I don't know if it's just the resizing, but is the horizontal chat at the bottom, does that look blurry to anybody? Or is that my imagination? Because that looks fine. That looks good to me. Is this a little blurry? Or is that just the scaling on one of my monitors that's a different size? Let me know. Probably looks better when it's like in a YouTube non-full screen window. I'm sure that looks perfectly fine. But currently it looks a little blurry when it's enlarged. Oh, hello. What are you guys doing? Slow down. Alright, so I got two baddies here. This guy's in a hurry to do something, apparently. Alright, come at me. Oh, rolling on the rock. Oh, gosh. Alright. Damn it, they guarded both. Oh, dodged it, nice. So there is a very small amount of like iframes you can get as well. Ooh. Come on. Damn it. Did you just dodge me? Oh no, am I out of stamina? Fuck. I am. Ooh, this is gonna be dangerous. It's gonna be close. Low on health too. Problem is I'm low on stamina. That's really the problem. Fuck. Oh, I'm gonna. Am I bleeding? I'm not bleeding. Am I? Ooh, this is tough. This is tough. I left my healing in the backpack. Where is it? Where is it? This is how I died last time. Crap. Alright. Alright, 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 alright. Oh, slow down. Alright, 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 alright. Come on. Damn it, dude. Come on. Oh, wrong button. So I have no health. If another enemy shows up, I'm dead. But, oh gosh, wasn't close. Oof. I don't have stamina to attack, dude. Fuck. What do I do? Alright, we may have to just do an oh shit thing. Alright. Get burned. Oh my gosh. Alright, that almost ended poorly for me. Fuck, dude. I have like no health. I have 0 health? Holy crap. I'm in the decimals. Whew. I should have died. Damn. Good thing I didn't get bleeding or something. If this dog was alive, I would have died. Wow. So yeah, shields actually. Shields are very good in this game. At least early on. Definitely early on. While your stamina is not constantly being drained. Because when you block with the shield, your stamina gauge, I think, doesn't decrease. whereas if you guard with a weapon, it does. So shields, nifty. Definitely something that you can try to use. I am, however, in this playthrough trying to play with pole arms as exclusively as I can. So that may be a mistake. But we're gonna keep trying to slog ahead with it. All right, where's that other body? Give me my loot. There you are. Danger. All right, well, at least I was able to heal back up. My inventory is full yet again. Yeah, you can't really carry a whole lot, right? So weapons, especially in this game, you can't really take with you just because they weigh too much. I do, however, want to make traps, which if I recall was metal, I need wood, trees. So trees, any tree, you can gather wood from. And you need 3 to make a camp kit, but I need... What was it? It was... Oh, I don't have any oil. Darn, I think I need oil. Wait, maybe it wasn't oil. Metal, cloth, wood... Metal? Oh, hell yeah. This is the random shit my brain somehow fucking pulls from the gutters, but... Yep. Let's see here. Now, I look ridiculous with this headgear on. However, the screen looks a bit dark to me. Let me double check to make sure I didn't leave some shadow layer on. I did. That probably looks a little better. Alright, I'm going to have to remember... You know, I'll just move the game on top. Yeah, that should be good. Alright, there we go. Okay, I was like, why does it look so dark? I don't remember that being like this. Alright, well, where are we heading? So I want to go to the mountain to get a little bit of mana. So this game does not start you with any mana at all. In order to get mana, you have to go to this mountain, Conflux Mountain, and there's 3 paths that you can take, and each path I would argue is a different degree of difficulty, but eventually you can just clear all 3 if you really wanted to. But once you get to the center where there's a ley line, you can gather some mana. Mana is incredibly useful in this game. One of my characters actually I made with no mana whatsoever. Just never went to it, never collected it, didn't need it, chose to go just straight weapons. And I will say that was one of my memorably more difficult and memorably more forgettable experiences playing this game. So my suggestion is to get at least a little bit of mana, because there's a lot of different spells that, or at least not spells, but buffs, boons that the game has. So having any degree, as little as 20, as little as 20 to 60, as much as, you know, probably no more than like 120 at most at the beginning. But because the downside to getting mana is you trade a equal part of health and stamina to acquire it. So there is a trade-off, but I think it's worth it. All right. Disney princess making her way down. Oh, more people. So, I don't have a lantern to lean on anymore, so we're actually going to back off a little bit, and I will show you guys how to kill enemies easily, safely. And that's to use traps. So traps, whether you like them or not, doesn't matter, because at the beginning of the game, traps will save your freaking life. Guaranteed. Let's see here. Bandages, lantern throw. Yeah, so let me explain here in a little bit. Where's my, there it goes. I need to move these buttons over. Lantern toss, and then what is it? I need one to be traps. So, right, and then traps weapon. So the axe I only have as like a backup weapon because in the case I do have lanterns, I could hold the lantern so I could see, because at the moment I can't. So traps, right? So traps, you lay down a trap like so, and then you arm said trap with either an existing weapon or something that you picked up along the way. But you basically just, you know, you just drop traps. You just make a line of traps, not like the other lines that you guys may be familiar with. I don't know. You guys do you. But different attachments, right, cause either bleeding or impact, or some even have effects on them. But you could always, you know, easily get the generic spike trap as well, right? Now, the nice thing is that you, the magical player, will not take damage or trip your own traps. Now, this is one of the nice things about the game, is that they don't let you kill yourself, at least not easily. Now, what I could do, though, is be like, hey, shitheads. And look at that. They're so easily offended. But you make your way back to your trap, and you just let them kill themselves. And then the last one's for you, bud. Come on. Catch me if you can. Oh, see the difference. I mean, this guy didn't have a shield this time, but still. Yeah, traps, saves lives. Use them. Make them. Definitely an early game lifesaver. It will let you attack enemies that you can prepare for ahead of time by just laying down traps. Like, if you don't have enough healing potions, just lay down some more traps. If you if your weapon's kind of damaged and broken mid-dungeon, just lay some traps. If you need to kill this boss type character or special creature that you probably shouldn't be able to kill for another, 30 days in game to progress, just put down like 20 traps and then you're fine. So yeah, it's a little silly, but it works. So use them. Yeah. Frankly, I should have used the traps when I fought the blackbird, the black pearl bird last session of Outward. Probably would not have died if I had done traps. So yeah, traps will let you beat things you shouldn't be able to and get farther with less gear than you should be able to. So again, traps are good. All right, deconstruct. I want to keep that for a trap, but the sword doesn't matter. I might have to. Everything else weighs so much. I got a little bit of weight left over. All right, so the pass is up there, right? There's 3 low entrances. The bottom one here, the flag. The yellow flag is the, what was it? It was the Hollowed Marsh faction, which was the, oh god, what was it called? Something of a lot. Holy Mission. Oh, sorry. Holy Mission of a lot, I believe. Yeah, again, that I can pull out of my ass, and probably it's accurate, and yet someone you met from high school that I should have known, yeah, brain is weird. Is that a thing to loot? What is this? Oh, it is. Just had a little different color, I think. Alright, so I like the Holy Mission one because the Holy Mission one actually has an NPC that helps you kill the things in the main room. So arguably the easiest fight, as long as that character doesn't die, because there is quite a few enemies in this room too. What is this? Turnip just right next to the entrance? Okay. All right. So first of all, let's pick up everything. Another satchel. Don't need that. I wonder if you can. Nope. All right. So the bedroll, I guess we'll just lay it here because I don't really want to carry around this bedroll. Bedrolls are kind of trash, and it weighs 2 pounds or 2 weight, and I'd argue it's not really worth using. If you can find a place to take shelter that probably has a bedroll already, usually works a little better. So this is why I have the one-hand weapon, so I could actually hold the lantern and actually see what I'm doing, because otherwise I'm going to be pretty blind in the dark. I could have sworn there was more stuff to loot in here, but apparently I'm wrong. All right. Tell you what. I do need to step away for a brief moment. And yeah, what time is it? Yeah. It's been 2 hours. Surprisingly, went by quite fast. So yeah, we'll call it here. Very short. Really just wanted to bring up the game to, well, run around a little bit and also show off the interface. So again, very pleased. And I hope you all enjoyed. Yeah, so this will be the interface that I'll be using. I keep calling it an interface. I know the space, I think most people prefer to, or not prefer, recognize overlay, right? So interface, overlay, same difference. But yeah, this is what I'll be using from here on out. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Let me know if anything looks off, if something's hard to see, right? If audio, I did actually have to redo everything when I did as much as some of the assets are repurposed. And I did add things like transparency finally, right? I was talking about that for a while. But yeah, if you notice anything that looks a little off on your monitors, on your screens, phones, whatever you're watching on, let me know. Yeah, leave a comment. Most of it looks good on my end. I'm going to have to check the horizontal chat because that looks like it may have gotten slightly resized or something. Looks a little off to me. Let me switch back to this one. Yeah, see, that one looks much clearer. The vertical chat looks much clearer to me. So, but yeah, this has been the new yeah, I need to fix that as well. But very, very, very happy. You know what? Hold up. Just for you guys. So yeah, I will need to figure out why my mouth is suddenly so floaty. It wasn't like that before. I may have enabled, you know what? I think I know what I did. I think I enabled the mouth open or the mouth smile. I may have been playing with the mic audio combination, and my consensus with that is that it does more harm than good at the moment. So yeah, we'll see. But anyways, all of you guys, wasn't expecting to see all you here, but appreciate you. Thank you. Definitely made it a little bit more entertaining for me, at least. I was completely expecting it to be just a video to upload for later, but you made it a stream, so thank you guys. And I will be back tonight. Definitely going to be on later tonight to play some Hunt Showdown. Again, I have the itch for the Bayou fever. Definitely been enjoying running around in the Bayou. As much as the Bayou has not been kind to me, it is still a very beautiful game. And hopefully maybe later tonight I'll have the, I don't know, maybe I'll leave the helmet on. Gosh, it is acting up right now. All right, we're going to leave the helmet on. I'll open it just to say my byes. But thank you all again. Enjoy the rest of your day. Let me know what you thought. Let me know if you have a question. I am more than down to chat about most topics. So ask me about something controversial. I don't care. If it's an issue, I'll either message you directly if that's an option, or I'll just save it for later. But whatever. you know, I'm taking it easy here. I have a little bit more time left before I have to get serious about anything. So yeah, it's been a fun 3 months, or I guess almost, and this was a nice little milestone to just for myself as well as to prepare for some future projects coming up. And once again, I got a shout out for the Horizon Exploration tabletop RPG that will be live streaming here starting end of February. So keep an eye out for Horizon Exploration. But with that, I'll see y'all later. Take it easy.